Hello everybody. Are you sick of it yet? I don't know about you, but I've been feeling sick of a lot of things for a long time. At any rate, I want to first of all get this out. Please comment as much as you like. Everybody, as much as you want. I would appreciate that. Please share these videos because they don't seem to really be getting out to a whole lot of people. And if anybody didn't get unsubscribed or what have you, I don't think people are necessarily getting their notifications. So you might want to go ahead and check if you have been potentially unsubscribed, resubscribe, and hit that notification bell for all notifications. Excuse me. It's been a long day. Took my mom shopping. Takes a few hours. First of all, I want to ask you, like this video, please, and all the videos that you listen to. One of my favorite people to listen to is Billy at Frontier Preparedness, I think it's either Frontier Preparedness or Frontier Prepper. He lives in Alaska. Really, really awesome Cuban immigrant. Legal. Can you believe that? He came here legally a long time ago. He doesn't like illegal immigrants any more than I do. I can't say I blame him. He came through all the hurdles and got here the right way. They should have to do the same damn thing now, shouldn't they? I think so. At any rate, he's on his channel letting people know that if you think socialism is a good thing, you're wrong. First of all, if you're thinking that way, you've never lived through it. And he's right. There's no doubt in my mind he is 100% correct about that. History has proven that all three of them, whether it be communism, socialism, or fascism, they all have they have three outcomes, and none of them are good. You know what those outcomes are? Poverty, suffering, and death. That's the outcomes. Well, that and the fact that you always wind up having absolutely no more freedom anymore at all. God forbid you speak in any way negatively about the government when you're under that kind of a structure. As he put it, and he's right, it will be detrimental to your health and potentially the health of your family. And I know that's true because anybody who's kept up with what's going on in Cuba and what has been going on in Cuba since Castro first got into power, that's exactly what happened. And it has gotten worse and worse and worse. I've told you guys before, and I'm going to tell you again, it has gotten so bad in Cuba, and this is nothing new. Okay, this is nothing new. My ex told me horror stories, and that was back in 2000, 2001. One of the worst stories that I heard from him was people being so hungry and having no appropriate weapons to kill a cow. So when they found one wandering around where no one was looking after her, you know what they did? That somehow, some way, I must have been quite a few of them, they managed to subdue her long enough to cut a chunk of her meat out of her body and then leave her that way. That's how desperate for food they were 25 years ago. These days, I guess it's better for the cows than it used to be, but they will literally have to spend 12 hours in a line waiting for food from the government because they can't afford to buy any. It's too expensive for them to buy. So the only way they can get it is with a government ration card. And some of these people will get food, while others, after waiting for 12 hours, will be told the food's all gone, so you're going to have to come back tomorrow. So they go home empty-handed, whether they've got a family or not. No food to eat themselves or feed their kids. And the worst, I got news for you. If they can't afford to buy food in a grocery store, what makes you think they're going to be able to afford to buy things like soap, shampoo, toothpaste, deodorant? They can't. They have to get that from all of that from the government as well, if they got there in time to get it the day that they went. That's not even including the fact that you never know when you're going to have electricity or for how long you're going to have it. You never know when you're going to have running water or for how long you're going to have that or how long you're going to go without one, the other, or both. Billy at Frontier Preparedness, I believe him. I don't think he's got any reason to lie. He said the only way that you take a bath in Cuba is with a bucket, and frequently you have to take that bucket of water when you have water and put it out in the sun just to heat it up, because you have no way, you can't use a stove to heat it because there's no gas and there's no electricity, and God knows how long you have to keep the water around just so that you can have some when the water is off, because you don't know how long it's going to be off when it's going to come back on, or if it will. People frequently go hungry, and we're talking not just one day, but oftentimes multiple days at a time. There's no air conditioning in the summertime, and a lot of the time you can't even run a fan because the power doesn't work. The power's not on. And since the water is frequently not running, you can't cool yourself down in the bathtub because maybe from just laying on the porcelain would cool you down a little bit, but not for very long. There's no water to do it with. Can't even wet a washcloth, to wipe the sweat off of yourself all day long, which they would have to be doing all day long. I know what that's like because I spent a summer last year in that RV of mine, the beat up old RV. You've seen it. I've done videos in there. And I got news for you. With that thing being right in the sun and not having any air conditioning, the sweat just rolled off of me for hours. It was cooler outside, that's true, under the shade, but the bugs are so damn bad out there. The mosquitoes eat you alive. You have to spray yourself down with repellent before you even go outside. Otherwise, you're going to get probably anywhere from 5 to 10 mosquito bites in just 5 minutes. It's not pleasant. I don't know how they do it, how they live like that. No wonder so many of them come here illegally. I don't know. I don't really have so much of a problem with the older ones because they tell the truth about it. It's the younger ones I don't like. I'll be the first one to tell you I don't like them. I'll tell you why. I have had at least 2 or 3 of them tell me that they needed food and asked me to bring them food. Right? So I did. They told me they weren't going to eat it. You know why? Because they want the kind of food they would be eating in Cuba. Well, then go back to Cuba, you young little wretch. If you think it was so wonderful, go back and stay there next time. Those same ones that be, driving around the city with their Cuban flag hanging off their rearview mirror. They think Cuba's so wonderful. Well, maybe you should have stayed there. That's why I don't like it. The younger generation, they think everything's supposed to just be handed to them. No, it's not. Get your ass out and work. I wish to God I could find me a job. I would be working, but I wouldn't be giving anything to them. Not one damn dime. Now, if I met up with an older Cuban in need, yes, I would, because they're going to accept it with grace, and they're going to be grateful. These young things, I ain't even going to bother with them. At any rate, anybody who thinks that transitioning from what we've currently got, even with its flaws, to something like communism, socialism, or fascism you are very unwise and you're very wrong. Just take a good look at what has happened in other countries historically when any of these people took over. The Soviet Union is a very good example. Nazi Germany was a very good example. And that's just two really good examples of what happens when communism, socialism, or fascism takes hold. You have, unless you're in the favored class, which generally tends to be government, military, or police, you're not going to have jack shit. Everything's equal in this situation. Yeah, everybody's equal. Just like Billy says, everybody's equally poor. Everybody suffers equally. Everybody dies at the same rate. Oh, that's another thing. You go to the hospital, you need medicine, you can't get any. It's not there. Okay, that's enough for now. Go listen to Billy. Go listen to Billy. I seriously, strongly suggest you listen to Billy. It's either Frontier Preparedness or Frontier Prepper. One or the other. Check him out. Till next time, if you're not sick of it yet, get sick of it. Do something about it.